It has been too long. I still have gunk in my throat, but man, I've been sick for a week. And you know what they say? Waiting always takes longer when it's involuntary. When you don't get a choice. It's when it annoys you the most. Yeah, I got sick after the last recording. That might be when my brain was 55% offline. Just like the hit character Cal Katarn says in Star Trek. It's offline. A classic, iconic line from Jedi Outcast. Man, the series is whack. What you think about like how it all got together? I'm impressed it still runs as well as it does with patch or something. It's a weirdly fun game. I don't know, I'm just kind of getting lost in thought now. Let's move. That's right. Clean some debris off my sleeve, huh? All right, where were we? I think. Oh no, this is the yelling chapter. They're gonna yell at each other. This chapter, if I recall correctly. We got a long way to go though. And I assure you, never needed to be this long. That's the real trick. You know, maybe I should use a learned language model to condense this stuff down to like half the size, and we'll see how fun it is then. I think an LLM might actually write better. No, an LLM wouldn't have those weird idiosyncrasies. But like, why would you write this? I just go, man, it's written the exact same line like 15 times because it has like one idea as to how to write the characters want to kiss. The weekend was over and it was business as usual for Monday, which means getting through the school week and track practice afterward. Despite what I came home to on Saturday, it turned around pretty quickly and led to a more enjoyable Sunday. On Sunday, I surprisingly had to be alone for the most part. So Anna left early to go hang out with the gardening crew for an early morning. So she left early to go to an early... Please, mister, please, you don't double down. With Rosa's folk. What the fuck does that mean? Like, the problem I have with this, right, is that I get that you're supposed to mean, like, the gardening club, but that's not Rosa's folk. That's, like, she's forced to be with them. They're not like her people or anything. They're like her club. Not like I could really understand why she wanted to get up so freaking early. Let's go have a free meal. Yet I still think it's easy for the time being for myself. Playing video games? You mean playing video? Anon says playing video because he's a dork. And scrolling the threads. She has a little social gathering. Get to call the lobbies my own. And I'd embarrass herself in a new clique of friends pretty easily. As I still see the good people around, only the last group of friends she had back in rock bottom. I mean, they didn't seem like bad people at first, but man, they didn't really do much for her. And people started gossiping and talking shit behind her back. And I never really took much notice of what was going on. I expected the people she hung out with at least talk to her about it. Oh, wait, she actually has like character trait, she's oblivious? Okay, that's actually supposed to be a character trait, that she's fucking oblivious. Huh? Anna has embedded herself in a good... Okay. Okay. There was all those little stragglers at the edge of her social circles. The people didn't really get to know her that spread that shit around. That was a hell of a thing to discover near the end of her time there. Never even had the heart to tell her at the time what they were doing. I would have eventually told her about what they were saying for her sake. At the moment I got Docs changed everything for us. Oh, so they were both kicked out. You can't just fucking drop that on people, man. Why can't I just enjoy my day? Here, fuck you. Good old Anna had to volunteer herself when she saw what Dad was going to send me. Much to the surprise and perhaps reluctance of all. Anna seemed ignorant of what was going on. So did everyone else, overshadowing anything with it in favor of the giant target they had painted on my back. Getting away from those friends she had was a blessing and a curse. And only toxic people she was with her out of her social life. She also had to leave behind a few good people. For my sake. For her loser brother's sake. God damn it! Look, our ride to school this morning was lackluster, as it happened for the past few days. There was general talk about our extracurriculars, what's going on in class is general yapping. So, what's going on today, little brother? The occasional interrogation for how things went beyond the norm. I practice. Sometimes after school, when you're done off with gardening club stuff. Oh, cool. She's eyes on the road. But I'm being glued to your phone for this day. Yeah. Seriously, it's great. Her voice bubbles lightly. I catch the feeling that she's pushing me slightly. Not intended to annoy me, but rather to show that she approves of my choice of how I spend my time. It irks me. It's something that's way too close to what Mom used to. If you give that up, you'll be top choice for the javelin throw for no time. Mm-hmm. Oh, and maybe I can come by with Rosen still next time for the meet. Then if I see you do this, it could be fun to show after my friends. You don't? Oh, maybe. Maybe you can invite one of your friends, like Fang or Reed. Oh, jeez, Anna, I don't want to invite anyone out to there yet. What? Oh, why would you say that? Don't you want to show off a little? What makes you think I want to show off? I never said anything like that. Well, it's just the first thing you're really good at. Wow. Man, Shirley's fucking stupid, huh? I do like the fact that someone who clearly was like complimented a lot of stuff. It's like, hey, you're supposed to show off. That's how it works, right? That's how the world works. Yeah, all right. Oh, fucking course. I bit my tongue trying really hard not to immediately let my card roll 3. That's the slightest sign of a backhanded compliment. It's the first thing I'm really good at. No, that's fine. Sounds like I was pretty decent at playing Vidya. Winning the ones we played as a family, and even scrubbing assholes online. Ignoring the fact that I was actually better than her as a kid at climbing trees before puberty hit us both. Forgetting every little moment of how I was the one person who didn't have shitty friends who stabbed them in the back. Can I just point out, I don't like that Anon has all this, like, good stuff going for him. Isn't the whole point of original Anon that he's just the biggest fucking loser and has nothing going for him? Like, everything that he technically has, like, his skill with making a whatever in video game, are always framed as, like, he's just a fucking loser. It's weird to have Anon say this, but then again, we are, like, after he's already had this moment, so maybe he himself is adjusting. And look at all these sentences starting with W. We're on the World Wide Web right here. I just had people dislike me because I was a creepy, permanently online idiot. That's everyone these days. That's just how school works. Everyone's on their fucking phones. And I was so shit at reading people she couldn't tell when people wanted to see her fail. Listen, I need you to understand that nowadays everyone's on fucking Roblox. They're playing their Roblox. They're playing their Fortnite. And maybe they play a little Mario, you know? Everyone is permanently online. Do these people not know how school works these days? My left hand remained white-knuckled on the rim of the car seat, carrying every bit of indignation so that it would not show on my face. She remained silent, waiting for me to respond to her. She does not seem in the slightest bit concerned about how she phrased herself. She's too perfect to consider any flaws that may stand out. That's all I give her. She recognizes it, sighing in disappointment. She patronizing at the audacity of that attitude threatens my ability not to snap at her. But I keep it down, barely. The leash on my emotions has taught us to make it to school. We go our separate ways. I only give her a small nod before heading into school. The rest of the day passes in a typical blur to me. Nothing worth noting. So neither Inko noted nor nothing is something. The school day blurring as time grinds past with its infuriating crawl. It's a quiet sort of school day. The kind where no one present really wants to be spending energy doing anything other than daydream about being freed from the prison. When the last bell finally rings, I feel myself buzzing with energy to finally go throw something. The whole day being pent up, I can cut loose and put everything I have into hurling javelins until I'm exhausted. So when do I find out I can't actually aim worth a damn in the next 10 minutes? Oh boy, have fun. I do like that Anon is just not aware of the fact that he's picked up like the runner's high. This is the runner's high, Anon. So weird. Oh boy, have fun. Fuck! I growl, hurling the javelin on my exhale. My frustration and lack of focus cause it to wobble, going off course almost immediately. It sank pathetically short of my average distance, sticking out like a mocking flagpole to my wasted effort. At least no one saw that. I'm pretty early for practice, as it doesn't start for another half hour. When I came out here, it looked like no one had even bothered to drag the equipment out, leaving me to do all the heavy lifting myself. No doubt Nasser and the other stars of the show were doing it earlier on. Can't say I blame them. If I was out here as often earlier they were, maybe I would have taken first in the last track meet. That's the whole point of me being here early anyhow, right? Practice throws for the practice itself, a way to clear my mind. Terrible idea, honestly. I don't feel like any better than when I first started. All that does is remind me of the track meet when Anna was busy doing God knows what. So, if you didn't notice, I feel like... Like, I know that he didn't notice her when she was there, right? Is that the point? Because if he did notice her, he shouldn't... I guess he's just an idiot. Might have picked up that Naomi wasn't there because, you know, Naomi's so fucking obvious. Can't stop talking about Naomi, even though she's not even that involved in this one. Like, yeah, she talked smack to Other, but in the original, most people tend to make her involvement very overt. And here it feels like things are just kind of happening, you know? I imagine Naomi's very happy that Aenon is just a friend of Fang instead of, like, fucking it up, E1 style. That admission cost me something as it floats up. Right. First thing I'm good at. What's going on with my glasses? I feel like I keep seeing like a little speck of dust, but I think it's just my reflection. Well, because I didn't come out first? That I don't look or act like her? One parrot cares about me and the others too enamored with the princess to give me a second look. The javelin I'm holding stabs into the turf below. I mean, you're standing on the turf, I wouldn't call that below. So stare out onto the field. My throws have been lackluster, and can tell that from here that I'm gaining no respectable distance for the effort I've put in today. I gotta be off my game if I keep making myself miserable like this. You're thinking instead of throwing, my man. Instead of footsteps crunching the artificial grass behind me, it's my attention. Turn around to see whoever it is. Oh, it's Fang. I have a speech in my head to give Nasser about showing up early for once, about how I'm going to give it my all, trying the best there is, blah blah. Look at me, a clap on the back, no doubt. Some sort of modified of team captain would leave me to my own devices until class. What? I thought you were here after classes. Whatever, man. I don't know. To my surprise, and to the death of that entire preemptive speech, I'm ready to roll. It's Fang. Man, I know that feeling. I know that feeling when you like got everything lined up, and then the first word that comes out of their mouth is just like everything you weren't expecting. Hey, dweeb. Pretty empty over here, huh? Alright, fine. Where's Reed and Trish? Gone for today. Sticking around to hitch a ride from Nasser after all this track and field crap. No one else here, huh? Nah, just me. No one else is showing up, really. I've, gotta get better if I'm gonna contribute anything. So that means you get to be all by yourself with no one else hovering over your shoulder? It's the only thing I'm good at. Can't run for dick, can't do shit in other events. All I'm good for is this, or warming the bench. And even that I'm bad at. I only win because I'm human. I'm warm-blooded. That's the only advantage I have. Man, I would have loved it. Considering how often this thing likes to go like, oh, no, they're not people, they're dinosaurs. They're not persons, they're a dinosaur. As much as it does that, I feel like that would have been a great joke to, like, append at the end, right? Fang watching me silently as I do my stretches. I continued staring starts to grate me, leaving me aware of how they don't really say anything. Already fraught nerves start to fret that I continue to stare. After a few seconds, I'm a few attempts to focus and get properly stretched. What? Again, you can't just swap your pronouns around, buddy. Give Anon an angle. And stick with it. Amber eyes. Again with the fucking, like, I don't know why, but they fucking love having this, like, start with the eyeballs, right? Why can't it be her eyes? Why is it always immediate adjective? Like, that's fine, but it's a really specific sentence structure to repeat like this. Especially since Aina says it. I'd be fine if it was just Anon, but... Bare blue arms crossed it over their chest. Just stop looking at the boobs! What? Calm your tits, man. Why is such a pissy mood? Pissy. Smooth length of light. Just stop pulling out your dick. In case you haven't noticed, Fang, all I've managed to do for the past couple of days is make do with the fact that I'm not my goddamn sister! And before he's done, he grabs another. I've got no one bothering to fucking listen to me when I try to say something. Just a bit better. He's channeling the anger. I pant slightly, regaining my breath from the surprising amount of exertion as I stalk back to my starting zone. Not even looking at Fang, grabbing another jab and line myself up. And when I do manage to do something for myself, all I get is radio fucking silence! You look at the last line, I bend myself forward with the inertia. Okay, listen, we need a sadder song than this effort. We can't do this. And fall short of the goalpost, I need to hit. No! Anna, you suck! Fuck! Another piece of metal man to pick it up high. There was a moment I considered snapping it down, bringing it across my knee. It might hurt, but I just want to break something. Before I can complete it, a sudden wave of apathy hits me. Anger fades, replaced by a deep emptiness that simply stops me from caring. In its wake, self-recrimination and languid acceptance of what my life is. Another try, another thing I wanted to be seen doing. For what? I tried and no one watched. I worked for something, and all I get is silence. I want to point out, I remember how I often say that characters talk too fucking much, think too hard. This is if you want to have a thinks too hard moment, just have him talk to someone at the bare fucking minimum. Also, this is Anon's rooftop scene, basically. Because it is literally, he's just talking at Fang, who has to sit there and be quiet. So we're getting 2 rooftop scenes. Jeez. Why does your mom let you have 2 rooftop scenes? It's better than just doing it verbatim. And it snuck up on me, so kudos there. Only recognition I get is from my teammates. And my family simply isn't even here. Why? Why does Anna get all that? Why can't I? My hands are still holding on to the javelin, refusing to let go. The tightness of my grip leaves my fingers and knuckles white, because that's all anyone ever fucking does. Almost shaking as they strain from exertion. And also, they always point it out. Like, it's not implicit. It has to be mentioned that they're white. Why can't you say that it makes them feel numb? Or that your nails are digging into your fingers? Or that it feels like the aluminium's about to cave? Why is it always just, I'm pinching so hard, my knuckles are white? It's never anything else. Same with the fucking amber eyes, right? There's no interest in exploring or being creative or doing something else. There is only the one. It should be so easy to just simply try to relax and leave this thing alone, yet I can't find it in me to do so. I thought you were just hit with a wave of apathy. Surprise mounts even further when a pale blue hand reaches over to grab one. Hey, it's okay, The voice drops, and the look of uncertainty dances across their face. You'll be okay? Like if you're trying to surprise that word. Shake my head as I feel the spark feeling down in my chest again. Hey, if we're gonna go with Fang actually botches the rooftop scene, I kind of would like that, because now we have Anon's point of view to actually explore why it's the wrong answer. How? I try so goddamn hard! Why can't I do anything right, Fang? I will not cry. I will not fucking cry about it. All I've ever done is to try to get my family to notice me, senpai. But all these years, it keeps coming back to how I'm just me. Anon, the human. Anon, the weird bald kid. I'm not my sister. I'm not perfect like she is. Fuck up after fuck up, and my pop proves it. I get bullied out of my school, she gets dragged along into it. Great, fantastic even. Would I have been finer on my own? Hell if I know. All I know is that I wouldn't have to drag down my perfect and wonderful sister into my messes. She'd be better off without me. I don't think that's true. I don't think having Anon call out his mumbles works in this moment. It's a bit too much of a tense. You look like you and your sister look like you get along better than me and Nasa do. Oh, what? Oh, come on, face it, Twib. You and that golden goose sister get along way better than me and my erratic breath. I've seen you two since the start, and all I hear from Rita and Nasser is how you two are cool and great or whatever. They got to rebuke that, but they wave their head at me. Wave, like a flag! Don't bother trying to brush me off. I could tell from the initial shit fit you gave Trish to how fucked up you see... Wait, I could tell from the initial shit fit you gave Trish to how fucked up you see anytime you think that Aina isn't watching you. Oh, from that initial shit fit Trish gave you to how fucked up you see anytime you think that Aina isn't watching you. Makes you food. Not like anyone even saw me do that. For fuck's sake, your entire fucking team was there. My parents, hundreds of other people, even goddamn Naomi. Hell, I made it out there, didn't I? They did, didn't I? Even if my own twin wasn't there to watch me in the best moments of my life, they were. That's something to go off. Are we going with the family is what you make of it instead of the people you're born with? Because if we're going to go with that angle, I'm okay with that. I'm okay if these two people... They're still friends, you know, but the twin energy is gone. As Anon realizes, you can find people that care more about you outside of family. But it's never going to fucking happen because Swanfather's unfortunately in the pockets of deep family. I say that, but I'm pretty sure Caveman On is like the most in the pocket of deep family. Don't shut up about it. Bang out just another eyebrow about me waiting for a response. But gets nothing as I pondered that. I'm gonna go into this kind of cool. Man, I love vaguely knowing people. You know, it's a thing that I'm genuinely worried about with Ashfall, right? Is that I just know Ashfall can go into 2 directions. Technically 3, but it's never going to be the 3rd one. It can either be, it's going to be the obvious thing where it's like, man, I found God! Why the hell a drunk guy has to find God for another drug addict? Very weird. Very weird situation. Don't know how you're going to make that not sound preachy. The other one is that they're both doomed to death. Like, they're both going to die or explode or basically be at the bottom of the well for a long time to come. And all they can find is the strength in each other to try and build something. So it's not preachy, and it's, you know... Like, I feel like there's a lot of room to explore the idea of the reason she turned out the way that she did is because all of that preachy, happy-go-lucky Christian stuff she has when she was little, none of that actually mattered or did anything for her. It was always just the optics, you know. When it came down to it, none of it actually stuck. Look at where she is now. Clearly, she doesn't have Christ in her heart at all. For what good it did. Or maybe it never meant anything. Maybe that stuff doesn't actually help. Maybe it just made her think that, you know, Jesus will pick up the pieces. Once I'm done being a fuck-up, Jesus will pick up the pieces. That's how it always works. But there ain't no Jesus this time, so she's just burning brighter and brighter, trying to invite God to do something already. And then good old James from Silent Hill shows up, and that's the moment where she realizes that there ain't no God gonna show up to help her. And James isn't a sign from God either, because he fucking sucks at his job. He's fucking miserable. The only thing he is the right guy at the right place. And you could take that religiously, but I feel like someone like, nah, actually, I would like that. I would like that interpretation. Especially because it makes for a really good, like, second climax of, like, I thought you were sent here by God to help me out. And James is like, what the fuck are you on? I just wanted to help. I don't even like dinosaurs. Obviously, that's God trying to teach you a lesson, James. From Silent Hill 2. That's why this has come together. It's all a sign. And he just bounces off of it so hard because he's one of those pseudo-intellectual atheist people. He's just like, fuck off. I don't want you to assign that value to me, right? Also, even ignoring that angle, you could go with, like, I don't like the fact that you are putting immense expectations on me. You're just another one of those people who is like, oh, I have such high expectations. You're such a gifted man, aren't you? Right? It's not even the God angle. It's just you are pretending that I'm Jesus. I don't want to be someone important and special in that way. I don't want there to be a grand destiny for me. You're pretending. That'd be such a cool angle. That'd be neat. Like, she's doing what she's always done, because that's what, to her, is the right answer, is obviously it's a plan from God. But he's like, sure, I'm okay with the God part, but I don't want to be the special, cool, big guy. Why do you keep pretending I am? Because, you know, he is very upsetty spaghetti about the fact that everyone said he was gifted and he fucked it up. Acquaintance. Wow, hush. I thought at least we were friends, especially after the hangout last weekend. Oh, shit. Sorry, that came out wrong, didn't it? Jesus, man, how do you function like this? Safe to say, pretty poorly? Huh. But yeah, I never really had many people to rely upon, you know. Even back at our last school. Well, compared to Aina, at least, she had plenty of people to call friend. Minus the fucking vultures that swarmed. So it's just like Nasser. Two perfect peas in the pod that refuse to let people pass by without some kind of positive impression, huh? I say stuff and I'm not listening. I have to reread it to remind myself. Man, I hope Ashfall has, like, the wherewithal to understand, because that... First off, you can take the plot I just described, right, and you can still be preachy, but it won't sound preachy, because at that point, it's... Because at that point, you're, like, calling out that you're being a little preachy. And so, if you do put it in, it'll be more subtle, right? You can't anticipate the super obvious, like, overt plot, and you get this far more interesting story of characters. Again, it's this clash of, like, what is expected. You don't even have to make him a fucking Reddit atheist to make it work, right? You can just make him a guy who's annoyed at the fact that everyone has expectations of him. And she's like, well, I have expectations of you now. And I have the highest expectations. You're literally an angel sent by God to help me out. Jesus, man! Can we lower the bar? Holy! I don't even have to squat to get under this limbo bar you put up for me. It's so high! And then she's like, actually, that would be super easy. Don't you mean like a high jump? Oh, God, fuck you! With your corrections. At least I played with the girlfriends. Honestly, you know what other weird part that I, Never mind. My thoughts are scattered. Ugh. Well, kinda. I mean, at least Nasa seems like a nice guy that tries. Yeah, wait for him to get a suction and try to help. Let's see how much he will fuck it up for you. But everyone says he was just doing his best for you, and he quick to defend the fuck wing retard as they always do. As much as I try to deflect it, I can hear the faint track of truth. Seems much like how I felt with Aina in the past. It's enough to have me briefly look away from the small pile of javelins on the ground. Aina, what the hell? This is not a Dark Souls battlefield. Can't just put this many weapons in the ground. Yeah, I think I can get that. Silence stretches between us for a few moments. Like, again, you don't have to specify time. You can just say silence stretches between us. Neither of us willing to move. Neither of us willing to break it. Like, that's all you need. You don't need the moments. You don't need time. Stop pretending that books have a time element like this. Like, I feel people need to understand this. Books are read at the pace of the reader. So any implication of time is already meaningless as is. Right? Timing is important in action scenes, situations where, like, the timing does matter, like two people are trying to do something simultaneously, that kind of stuff. It doesn't really matter in this moment. In this moment, it's about the vibes and the feelings, and if you remind us that the fucking clock is ticking, when that's not important, it doesn't matter how long they take, then it just distracts. It, like, it takes the emotion out of the scene by reminding us of dry logistics. In fact, having that boot on the grass as the mood eats up at them, clearly not wanting to let it fester any longer than it should. I do think that if we're going to go with the idea that Aina is terrible at reading people, having Aina actually analyze people would work. I do like that. Shit. Listen, dude, you know that whole sad boy routine bullshit? You know that this is that whole sad boy... You don't know that this whole sad boy routine is bullshit when you compare it to what you actually got, right? Huh? You're doing well on the track team, and you're getting noticed for it. You've gotten recognized for it by your friend, my idiot brother. You've gotten a used clap on the back from the rest of us, me, Trish, and Reed. I wouldn't call Trish's epitaph of professional chit a clap on the back, but I guess I could roll with it. That finger on Fang's has curled upwards as take a few steps towards... Oh no, she's a monkey. She's got a monkey paw. And even if you've got a simian-shaped headache of a sister, she at least looks like she cares about you. Disquieted flashes across her face, what hardens into a lecture I'm subjected to. Better than what I got with my brother in his position, making sure I'm okay for the sake of my parents. I never got that impression. I think you're desperately trying to give the impression that Nasser isn't actually just like Aina. You sure about that? Like, seriously, are you really sure that Nasser's doing this just to keep track of you for your parents? Psh, yeah, pretty fucking sure. What the hell do you think not? I mean, I feel the same about Aina. That holds them up. A few tries to say something back, they blink. If I shake their head, their attention's back on me. Oh. Yeah! Oh! I'm the goddamn reason both of us are here in the first place. Having transferred out last semester of our year. Of our year? She didn't have to come. Oh yeah, collectively, you and your sister. In that kind of way. But she did. You know what? The dad only talked to her since we came here. We've had group calls, but my own fucking father only bothers to talk with Ina, and never with me. Mom will talk to me sometimes, but both of them chat way more with her than me. Always. Always Anastasia. Fang looks torn at that, a twisted look growing on their face. I don't, fuck off, Swanfather! Looks a look! Man, what a looky look you got there. Understanding seems to build in their eyes alongside a flurry of other questions. Realize it's too late. They managed to let slip on the cause of a sudden transfer. At least Fang has the decency not to pry into it. I mean, at least they want to talk to you. All I get from my mom is well wishes about nothing, and dad yelling that I'm screwing up my life, and Nasser worrying that I'm gonna have a crackhead or something. Really? If they put it that way, damn. Both of us are stuck with indecision as we consider each other. Fang looks far more vulnerable than I've ever seen them. A far cry from their usual self. I can't imagine I fare any differently with the whole unloading I shoved onto them. Still, it's a weird sense of peace that lingers in the air. Not quite satisfied, but not quite as goddamned awful as it felt earlier when I was about to shove my javelins into the ground. Just throw them straight into the ground, not even tossing them into the distance. So I don't get why this isn't just the chapter. This whole scene feels like your chapter. But it's not the chapter, because fanfictions don't have chapters like that. They're lies, okay? They're little lies they tell themselves, that they're actually multiple, that they're one big chapter, but it's really multiple chapters, and they just refuse to fucking hit the enter key twice. Speaking of which, where the hell is everyone? We've been talking for like... Oh, God damn it. Asa told me the practice would be cancelled for today. Something about the coach feeling sick. Damn, dude, when did he tell you that? Like an hour ago, and I saw him, but I wasn't really paying attention. I know. Should have been caught up less with my own ass. No need to say anything! I didn't, until now. Ass! Geek. Stickling. Dweeb. Yep. Golf poser? Really? That's what you're going... Oh, fuck you. Anon is better than that. Come on. Anon hangs out online. I imagine the only thing that's keeping him back is the fact that he can't say the slurs that he very much wants to say. That's literally the only thing holding him back. The victory assured, Fang lets me off with a single finger flagpole. I entertained the thought of asking them to showcase such skills in this cheer squad, but decided not to give them any ammunition. And the idea of us stomping around and punting anyone who wanted to make a shift or anything is not very funny. It's not unfunny. Though the idea of the cheerleaders also entertained me for a moment. I mean, it would look pretty cute. I see on the team used not to mention the... Excuse me? Are you good, Anno? A strangled grunt escapes before I can quash it. Fang in a cheerleading outfit? What the fuck? I know I'm a brain damaged fuckwit, but I still can surprise myself. Makes no sense anyhow. Fang isn't that cute. That cute? So they are cute. Attractive. What the fuck am I going on about? Anon, you don't call girls cute. You call them sexy, hot, smoking. Stop talking about her like she's a collectible plush action figure made by Makeship. Anon, Makeship plush is unnecessarily collectible. They are! You're going to appreciate and value whatever you like it or not. Appreciate and value, goddammit. Yeah, all good. Just shaking some thoughts off. I feel like this sentence makes way more sense for that James from Silent Hill 2, who's like actively anti-dino. Like Anon's a hornball. He reads manga and anime, and I got the impression that like his sexual life is never really in question. He just sucks at real life. His problem isn't that he doesn't think girls are cute. Like that's literally why his alarms go off. It's that Anon doesn't, he doesn't act on it in that way. You say so. Look around the empty practice field. I look unimpressed, perfectly capturing the embarrassment I feel coming out of it like an idiot. So it's the boredom they feel. Nonetheless, the teachers helped me out when I feel like I needed the most. I appreciate that. I'm not sure when the last time was that I felt like I could rely on someone outside of my family. Ever? You mean, like, ever? So you think you'll not even do something about it? Huh? You and your sister, dumbass! Seriously, what we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes or so! Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, I zoomed. Hey, that's fucking Inko's move. Don't do that. I just have a lot to think about right now. You think I should just, what, spitball with her? Lay it out? Why the fuck not? It encouraged me to do the same with the band and my guitar a few days ago. Now I get the chance to play music and not fuck around with it for once. And that's after I told and showed Trish what I can do. But to put it like that, it doesn't seem like that bad of an idea after all. So, you want to talk? Do you know how to talk to your sibling about how much it pisses you off? Oh wait, that's him. That's Xenon. In case you haven't noticed, my fuckwing retard of a brother does is keep getting under my skill to help. Because I'm too useless to ignore. I'm surprised at my own idiocy. Am I surprised at my own idiocy? No, not really. Frustration leaves them in a huff. Fang rolls their head back. Just go talk to her. Just go talk to her. Stop being a pussy about it. What's the worst that can happen? You get a little snippy and she forgives you because that's the kind of person she is, right? Yeah, true. Worst thing you do is what? Talk about stupid dweeb stuff? Try to get her to show up at your next track meet? Grin on my face. That was slightly self-admonishing as I nod my head. Yeah, that's how I do it. Make people around me suffer by boring them with statistics about dweeb stuff. Oh, you're so insightful. Face it, Anon. You might be a track star, but I'm a genius. Yeah, great. You can lead the next science project we have then. Oh, no, that's on you, unless you feel like going solo in music and suffering for it. I keep up the back and forth game of ours a little longer before we decide enough is enough. But then when I went to practice, we decided to get outie. Wait. God fucking damn it. How am I gonna get home without Nasa to drive me back? Oh, easy, we can give you a ride if you want. It's like a thought never entered their mind. The Telltale looks back at the parking lot, with Mous mobile no doubt lies in waste for the patient's sister at the wheel. Fang frowns before nodding. I guess that makes sense. She's not gonna, give me shit for it. Not unless you're me. My friend rolls her eyes. Why do you call her my friend? Come with me, my friend. There are good tidings ahead. While full motion to the parking lot, make her over, blah, blah, blah. When I see my phone, I can see a string of dashes. Remember, no practice today. Just making sure, coach is sick. Try not to be a headache. If you want to throw, though, just be sure to pick up. Thanks. That is very Nasser. Although I don't know if he's this desperate about it. I feel like he'd be healthier with normal people. Well, that's surprising, I guess. Damn, I really need to pay better attention next time. I might miss the next meet or something. I pay better attention in general. Once I rejoin Fang outside the field house with me on into the parking lot. When is this scene gonna roll over? Oh shit, no, we're going straight into it. Okay, cool. I'd almost say it's okay that you make this the same chapter, but that's you can make chapters as granular as you like.